window. This is a virtual courtroom for those who are appearing via Zoom, so you should be dressed appropriately. You should not look like you're going to the picnic or to a beach, but that like you're going to a church. So make sure that you have an outfit that covers your arms, like a jacket. Those of you in tank tops or skimpy outfits, go to your closet and choose something appropriate. All right. Also, make sure you're not eating, drinking, smoking, and especially not driving. Again, for those of you appearing via Zoom, if you're not courthouse staff, you need your video on and your face in front of the screen, not your ceiling, not your floor. iPhone 2, very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Please place your screen on mute. My name is Judge Law, and this is the misdemeanor ORCA calendar for today, September 6, 2024. This is the 9 a.m. calendars, and we have a couple of cases that are ready to take a final plea or may take a final plea today. And then we have a long list of cases in which we're trying to get the status of the cases. For those who are appearing in the courtroom physically, or for those appearing on Zoom, if you're a defendant charged with one or more misdemeanor offenses, please remember that these are still open, active cases against you. So remember to exercise your right to remain silent. Anything you choose to say in open court, whether virtually or in courtroom, whether you discuss the facts and circumstances of your case in open court, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one would be appointed to represent you. At this juncture of most of these cases, all defendants should have already spoken to the public defender's office. If you don't have an attorney, and you should have already spoken to the public defender's office to see if you qualify for legal representation. Otherwise, I expect you to have hired your own attorney or be prepared to represent yourself if you choose to go pro se, that is self-represented. All right. On the final plea calendar, I'm just going to do a brief roll call. Roshonda Bracy, if you hear your name called on Zoom, unmute and say, hello, I'm present. All right. If you are in the courtroom, please stand up. I've already got those who are present in the courtroom. So Roshonda Bracy, are you present on Zoom? Not present. Miss Helen, your client, Shaka Foreman.
She's present on the Zoom call, Judge. I just saw her. She's down at the bottom right
I
there.
see her. Okay.
Judge, so this was a diversion update. I just emailed diversion her completion of the community service hours, but due to moving expenses and some unforeseen processes with her living arrangements, she was not able to afford the restitution payment before, or to make it before court. We're asking that this be returned to the division, but with the opportunity for her to make that payment. She does have the link. She does know how much it is, but she was forced to move in a short amount of time and was not able to make that payment, Judge.
We're not resetting any of these cases to another ORCA calendar, right, Essence?
Yes, Your Honor. And we do ask that it go back to the division, Judge.
Okay, how much is restitution?
$565, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything from Ms. Gauthier?
No, Your Honor, we are just waiting on the restitution.
Okay. I'm going to reset to, this is a reset to division. And this is to get a status of restitution.
Is there any other outstanding? I can double check to see if there's any other outstanding.
Nope, it was just the community service hours and the restitution, but once a diversion representative shows up, I'll have them.
So it's
confirm.
community service and restitution?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, status of restitution and community service to be completed by next court date. Ms. Shaka Foreman?
Yes, ma'am.
You are going to get another court date to be addressed before the division judge. By your next court date, you should have completed all your community service hours and have a check ready for the restitution of $565.
So do I have to go back out and do community service again?
Well, how many hours have you completed?
I got 50 hours.
No, Judge, she does not. That's the amount that we asked her for.
You got to do 50 hours of community service. Your attorney is in the courtroom and she's letting me know that you've not done your community service.
Judge, she has
How many
I did
hours?
it.
50.
Hang on, how many hours is she supposed to do?
50.
Has she done any?
That's correct. She's done all 4. All 50, I apologize.
She's completed community
Yes, Judge.
service. Okay, so that's how I was trying to figure out. So the only item left is restitution?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, now I understand. So Ms. Foreman, you've completed the community service. The only thing left is your restitution of $565. So your case is going to be reset. So when the next judge sees your case, the one thing that judge wants to hear is that you're ready to pay your restitution and the case can be closed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're free to go.
Have a great day.
Did she do the theft class?
Judge, I don't believe so.
Ms. Foreman, have you done the theft class?
No, what class is that? They just
Oh,
told me. to do
Lord,
community
help us.
service.
Okay, listen, stop. Do not leave. You need to speak with your attorney and find out what you've done and what you've not done.
Okay. I have her
Otherwise,
number. Can I call her?
nope, yeah, you can go ahead and call her, but mute your screen. Thank you. Chua Yang Huang, Mr. Michael Barber.
This was an email that was sent, Your Honor.
Oh, did I receive that too?
Yes, Your Honor, we were on between, Ms. James, Brandon,
Yes, Your
Rosamond.
Honor, you said that the case should be reset to the.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Y'all need to remind me.
No problem, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. So reset to division. Okay. Leonardo Mata, Attorney
Yes.
Mubin.
Good morning, Judge. That's my case.
All right.
Your Honor, we have gotten signed up. The paperwork's been submitted, and we're ready to enter a plea.
Okay, please hold and what else?
Your Honor, if I may, I'm actually in Gwinnett County Superior Court. I stepped outside for a moment. I've got a matter that'll take about 20 minutes if I can return at that time.
Okay, I will call for you in 20 minutes and then see where we are, okay?
Very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right, Mr. Mata, please hold on the screen until your attorney is available to participate in the plea hearing. All right, let's see. Nelson is here, Rivera is here. Position 7, Kyrie Seward. Kyrie Seward, S-E-W-A-R-D.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Desiree Duke on behalf of Mr. Seward.
Yes, ma'am. And what are we ready to, you filed a motion to withdraw.
We did, Your Honor. We filed a motion to withdraw. I believe the time's passed. My client has decided that he doesn't want to take the plea, so I'm assuming he wants that sent back to the division, but we would also like to get out of the case.
All right, a motion to withdraw is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. Excuse me, Judge.
Just a minute. All right, before you leave, Ms. Duke, all right, where is Ms. Seward? Where's Ms. Seward? Looks like she's having audio issues. All right, Kadarius Walthall, just hold, Ms. Duke.
What the heck is going on with this?
What did somebody try to screen share something?
I don't know what happened. It just went blank. This is
Okay,
shocking.
there we are. Okay. Who's speaking? I'm so sorry. I can't tell. Who's speaking?
I tried to call my attorney, but she's not picking up. She in court.
All right, Ms. Foreman, please hold. Mr. Glanville, please mute. Okay, thank you. Let me see. All right. Kyrie Seward. Looks like she's having audio issues. Mr. Glanville, are you still with us?
It's me, Your Honor. I'm trying
Okay.
to, go
Miss-
ahead.
Yeah, Miss James, go ahead and send her a chat that she needs to
I'll remove her, Your Honor, and let her log
Okay,
back in.
she needs to leave the Zoom and then come back in. Kadarius Walthall, Maureen McLeod. Kadarius Walthall, no? Delmikia Woodruff with Miss Zakia Watson Cafe. Okay. All right, this case is not crossed and no longer, so there shouldn't be anyone here. I have an add-on final plea, Percy Scott Jr. Percy Scott Jr. Not present. Rashawn Thornton.
Judge,
Proof of
that's my
payment.
case.
Yeah,
Mr. Thornton should be on the Zoom call.
crossing fingers and toes.
Give me an opportunity to raise.
All right, Rashawn Thornton.
Your Honor, he is on the screen. Mr. Thornton, unmute.
Yes, I'm here, but I need to speak with my lawyer.
There he is. All right, Mr. Rashawn Thornton is present. And has he paid the division fee?
Judge, I don't have receipt of payment. I was gonna follow up with him, this
Mis-
morning. to see if he
Mr.
paid.
Thornton, have you paid your diversion fee?
Not all of it.
All right, I expect you to come down to the courthouse to courtroom G33 before 10:30 in the morning. You're already in the car, start driving. See you at 10:30 a.m.
What
The
time?
courthouse is located at 136 Prior Street in courtroom G33. You can't miss us. We're on the ground floor. See you soon.
Tomorrow morning?
Right now, tomorrow is Saturday. If you come here, you'll be all by your lonely self.
I don't have a way to get there. This is the car. I'm just sitting in the yard because the lights and I asked the judge, can I pay the
No,
rest of
come to the courthouse now. Thank you. Remove Rashawn Thornton from Zoom, please.
please?
Status calendar. Kojo Arhin is present and Jacques Bastien. Jacques Bastien. Okay, if you hear your name. Jacques, okay, there you are. And Mr. Bastien, who is your attorney?
I don't have one yet.
All right, have you spoken to the public defender's office?
No, last time I had came
All
into
right.
courtroom.
Are you planning to represent yourself or were you planning to hire an attorney?
I was planning to get an attorney.
Have you gotten one?
Not yet.
All right, you need to come down to the courthouse today before 10:30 a.m. and speak to
Okay.
the public defender's office.
I think last time when I tried, I didn't qualify for one.
All right. So how would you like to proceed with your case?
I had previously told them that I had wanted to take it to trial.
All right, so you want a jury trial?
Yes.
All right, your case is going to be reset for trial. Make sure that you have an attorney hired by then. And whoever is your attorney, he or she must be ready for trial.
Okay. Do
all
you
right.
know when that trial date will be, or I just have to
No,
wait?
I have no idea, but you need to hold and I need to arraign your case. All right, you need to wait and I need to arraign your case, so hold on, do not leave.
I got
Damon Brown Jr. Damon Brown
I'm here.
Jr. All right,
here.
Mr. Brown, who's your attorney?
I have the similar situation as Mr. Jacquez. I don't have an attorney as of now, and I need to just come down there today. I could
All
be
right.
on my way now.
All right, be here before 10:30 a.m.
Okay, and what was the exact location
Bye-bye.
again?
136 Prior Street, courtroom G33. Please
Okay.
remove Damon Brown from Zoom. Latrice Copeland, attorney, Ms. Hornsby Battle.
Good morning, Judge. Christy Battle here for Ms. Copeland. She is on the screen. We actually practiced last night, but she still can't get her name. She is Samsung SMA 146U. I mean,
I'll change the name. I have been chatting with her, but she didn't respond. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Your Honor, I'm still missing some discovery. I've actually never gotten the discovery, but I did go on last night and I was able to find some of it. There looks like there's some body cam. And really I wanted to have it transferred to the division.
Okay. On Latrice Copeland, has your client's case been arraigned?
Yes.
Okay, so the case has been arraigned. It's going to be further notice for trial with division. Please make sure that if there are any outstanding discovery issues that you reply to the ASG long before this case is scheduled for trial, because everything going to division now is to be prepared for trial. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good weekend.
You too. Ms. Copeland, you're free to go. All right, let's see now. Ms. Essence, can you give Attorney Julie Kurt the Zoom link so she can confer with Ms. Githia?
Oh, she's on, because,
Ms. Julie Kurt on?
she's on Zoom.
Okay. All right, I think Ms. Kurt wants to pre-try the case.
Judge, that's correct. That would be
Okay.
great if we could have a breakout room. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Alexis Gibson?
Judge, that's my case. Ms. Gibson should be present on the Zoom call.
Alexis Gibson?
Here, I'm here.
Judge, I asked that this be returned to the division. We were in negotiations with the solicitor's office, but we're not able to resolve it by the time that this division is ending. So we're asking that it be returned to the state court division team.
All right, has the case been arraigned?
I don't believe so, Judge.
All right, will you file a waiver arraignment?
I will, Judge.
All right, Alexis Gibbon, this is going to be a waiver of arraignment. Your case is going to be further notice for trial. All right, Ms. Gibson, please make sure your address is current with the clerk of court. You'll need to come down to the clerk's office either today or Monday and update us with your new mailing address or current mailing address.
Is there another way that I can send it because I'm North Carolina?
She's in North Carolina. Her service is breaking up. but-
Okay, you need to email to your attorney your new mailing address so that she will make sure that we have an updated address. If you don't show up for court in person for trial, no more Zoom from this point onwards. You need to show up
Alright.
for trial in person. And
Okay.
if you don't get notice, then a bench warrant gets issued.
All right, and who is the attorney I need to contact?
All right, she's going to contact you on the chat. Please mute your screen.
All right.
Mute your screen. All right, Miss Helen, reach out to your client. She doesn't know how to reach you.
Understood, Judge.
All right, so Jesse Gill is present for a plea. Jesse Gill? Yeah, I've got the paperwork.
This was null pros yesterday, Your Honor.
Okay, Jesse Gill, the case was null prost. Oh. So was it null prost already? Or am I entering this order right now?
Now.
Okay. Case is null prost. Here we go. Thank you. Jimmy Givens?
It's my case, Judge. Mr. Gibbons is present on the Zoom call right there towards the bottom right. This was a.
No, your panels are different from mine. So Jimmy Givens, where are you?
Ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, I see him now. All right.
Judge, this is a update for the Gwinnett County DUI court program. Currently, he's scheduled to take his clinical evaluation on September 11th. So we won't be able to have a disposition of this case prior to this division ending. We're asking it be returned to the division state court team, but with the note that he is currently in the application process for the Gwinnett County DUI court program.
Further notice to division for trial pending admission to DUI court in Gwinnett County. All right, Mr. Givens, please make sure that the case is going to be reset. You're going to get another court date from the division judge. If you are not admitted to the DUI court in Gwinnett County, you're required to come down to the courthouse in person. No more Zoom from this point onwards. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, case reset. You're free to go, Mr. Givens. Centrella Hinton?
That's also my case, Judge. Ms.
Mhm.
Hinton should be present on the Zoom call. Ms. Hinton, can you come on?
Ms. Hinton?
She just called me, Judge. This is a diversion update. I'm waiting for that diversion representative to appear because according to Ms. Hinton, she's done all of the conditions and she submitted that to the diversion team.
Just let me know you need an update on diversion, so as soon as the representative's here, we'll get that. Jesse Jackson is present in the courtroom.
Good morning,
Uh,
Judge.
Yes, and
Marisha
Attorney Davis, yes, Ms. Davis, there she is. Okay, good morning, Ms. Davis. All right,
Good
your
morning,
client's in the courtroom. How would we like to proceed?
If I can put a few things on the record, Judge, the
Go
last
ahead.
time we were in court on August 2nd, the state offered my client pretrial diversion, which he accepted. We filled out the form. On August 12th, a few days later, the pretrial diversion program sent me an email rejecting Mr. Jackson's case without explanation. And so we're back here. We are currently missing key evidence, Judge. We have requested from the state body cam video or audio of the statements that were made by the alleged victims. In this case, they provided body cam audio and video of, some of the
Well,
occurrences.
I can't really go over a discovery dispute on my calendar, first initial calendar call, so I'm going to make a note that you're present, and then I'm going to put you in a breakout with Ms. Githia to resolve this little spat, okay?
Understood, Judge.
Thank you. Grady Jones is in the courtroom. Is Attorney Kyle Epps on Zoom? Attorney Kyle Epps, okay? Jermaine Kelly.
Morning, Judge.
Jermaine Kelly.
Michael Bernard on behalf of Mr. Kelly.
Yes, sir.
Judge, for the most part, I've had good contact with Mr. Kelly. Over the past week, I haven't. And so, Judge, we would ask humbly for a reset, so that I can make contact with him. It's a diversionary case, and that's what we would ask for. It was reset back in August. So I don't know what the court wants to do, but that's what we request.
All right. Get in touch with him now. And if he doesn't respond, when I get back to your case, I'll issue a bench warrant. Maybe that way you will definitely have a one-on-one conversation with him.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Jolene Lukes, Miss Helen?
Judge, that's my case. She's present on the Zoom call. That's
Yes,
a
I'm here.
diversion. That's a diversion update, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Darikia Minor? Norcross already? This case was Norcross?
July 30th.
Okay, excellent. Waikithia Moore, Mr. Haddad?
Diversion update, Judge.
All right, thank you. Jasper Perry? Is that completed? Jasper Perry's
Good.
diversion completed?
Good morning, Judge. My name is John Kraus. I'm here for Kirby Clements, who represents the defendant. It's my understanding that everything has been completed for the diversion and that the case is ready to be dismissed with expungement restriction.
All right, are you the gentleman on the phone ending with 4444?
Yes, and I apologize. I had Wi-Fi problems this morning.
Okay, Mr. Clements, please hold. Our diversion representative is coming into the courtroom. And so I'm going to put a hold on your case for a diversion update. Quentin Pinnix, Attorney Karen Shelley.
Ms. Shelley was a PD judge. I've not had any contact with Penix.
All right.
Is that your case, Penix?
Is Quentin Pinnix on the Zoom? I'm hearing crickets. Yeah, all right. Juriel Richards is present and he's representing himself. Is that correct? All right. Would you like an opportunity to pre-try your case with the prosecutor? Okay. Brooke Sampson, is that completed?
Judge, that's been no prost.
Been no process.
All right, thank you.
August 5th.
Thank you, Judge.
And I'm sorry, who was? Oh, Mr.
Attorney
Rigdon?
Rigdon.
Okay,
Yes,
that was
Judge.
your only case?
Yes, Judge, are we excused?
Yes,
Thank
have a
you.
great weekend. Thank you.
You too, Judge.
Mr. Sonoda, I
Morning,
know I
Your
saw
Honor.
you. Good morning, sir.
I have Aldair Solano, Judge.
Yes, Solano and Ms. Githia, is diversion completed with for Aldair Solano Pacheco, position 20?
We will need to do a diversion update, Your Honor, on that.
Okay, Mr. Sonoda, please hold. We'll need to do a diversion update as soon
Thank you.
as. Chauncey Turner, Ms. Rockwell. Do you want to pre-try the case, Ms. Rockwell?
I would love to. I'm going to have to flip over to another Zoom, Judge. But when I get back, may I pre-try with the prosecutor, please?
All right, we've got you here, and as soon as you come back, and if we are still here, you get a chance to pre-try. Okay.
Judge, I'm chatting with her also. And if
Okay.
we can't resolve it, I'm just going to request that it go to the division.
Sounds good. Hang on.
Thank you, Judge. I'll be back though. Thank you.
Thank you. Melissa Washington, Attorney Pat Dixon.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay, good. Attorney Pat Dixon.
You sent me an email yesterday, so I thought he was gonna be on here.
All right, Miss Dixon, call your attorney and find out where he is.
Okay.
Alante Waters, Wanda Gant.
Your Honor, that was a public
That was-
defender case. He's in custody, Judge. He's position 23, 24, 25, and 26.
My goodness. All right, and where is he in custody?
Fulton County, I'm sorry.
Fulton County?
Yeah,
Okay,
He's got felony charges, Judge.
Okay.
You can set him on an SAP calendar, that's fine.
the next SAP calendar will be well,
There's no
It's
rush,
supposed-
honestly.
no, that I know, and unfortunately, the calendars are so stacked, there's no way I can squeeze these 4 cases on that. The next SAP calendar will be September 19th
That's fine, Judge.
at 9 AM. Okay, and this will be on the SAP calendar.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. We have 58 on Tuesday, so out of 35.
We're excited.
I don't know where that math came from, but okay, Deshaun Williams. Deshaun Williams.
Your Honor,
Is it, I
Deron,
skipped Deron, just wanted to make sure Deron
you
Williams.
call him Deron or Deshaun?
I have Deshaun. Is it Deron?
It's both are on the calendar.
Judge,
Deron and a Deshaun.
When you go to your next page, you should see 7. I think it was 6 and skip.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, okay. I have position 28 as Deron Williams.
Yes, Judge, this is Alex Arca for Deron Williams.
Okay,
Yes, Judge. Mr. Williams is still in the Rockdale County Jail.
okay. We're going to reset this to division,
Okay,
and it's probably going to be placed on one of their preliminary calendars,
all right.
and hopefully he'll be available. Okay?
Hopefully.
All right,
Judge,
sir.
I have no further business. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. I have got Attorney Brian Howard as attorney of record. Has he changed counsel?
No, Judge, it's the same law firm.
Okay, understood. All right,
All
so you
right.
have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Law. Bye.
Okay, so that was for positions 28 and 29. So I still have case Deshaun Williams, 19 CR 6945G.
And that's my case, Judge, pretrial update.
Okay,
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
is he available?
Judge, he's always here. I'm gonna give him a call.
Okay,
I don't see him on Zoom, but I'll give him a call. Judge. He's
Okay.
always here.
Miss Maureen McLeod, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, Kadarius Walt Hall. Mr. Walt Hall did not respond present on Zoom. Do you know where he is?
I do not know where he is.
Okay.
The last time I had spoken with him about the state's plea offer, and he rejected it, so it's going to be a trial.
Well, he needs to be here. That's the problem. Call him. And then,
I'll try to get a hold of them.
all right. Okay. Mr. Leonardo Mata? Leonardo Mata with attorney, Mr. Mubin, are you back from the other calendar?
No, I haven't seen him.
Okay, Mr. Mata, let's hold until your attorney pops in and then we can take the plea. Okay, for those of you who are planning to pre-try, let me see. Is there anybody waiting to pre-try? Is my diversion representative? There she is. Okay. Position 2 on the final plea calendar, Shaka Foreman. Do we have an update?
She was reset, Your Honor, because she needed to pay the restitution
Okay.
and the theft prevention class.
All right. So we have that on that. Okay, so I don't need to address that.
Your Honor. Your Honor,
mhm.
you
Yeah,
did
Ms.
tell her
James?
you did tell her to speak with Miss Helen because there was discrepancy in what was reported as.
Yeah,
that
but
she-
I'm gonna reset it. So Miss, she's trying to reach you, right?
Yes, Judge. but-
Okay, Miss
Your
Foreman,
Honor.
don't call your attorney yet because she's still in the courtroom addressing other cases.
Okay, so
Position
do I gotta stay
5,
on the phone?
position 5, Juarez Nelson.
He's present here in the
Yeah.
courtroom, Judge.
I'm sorry, may I have the name of the,
Oh, Ms. Mathis?
Miss Mathis? Miss Mathis, would it be easy if someone just gave you a list and then you just go through it and give me an update in a few minutes?
That'd be great.
All right, thank you. Then that's what we'll do. Ms. Githier, you have the notations for diversion updates?
I have some of them.
Okay, on the final plea calendar is positions 5 and 6. On the status calendar is position 13, Jolene Lukes. Position 15 and 16, Moore and Perry. Position 20, Solano Pacheca. Can we check on that first because I got private counsel on Zoom? Okay. And then zoom. That was it. Okay.
Position 1 on the final plea calendar, Ms. Bracey, she's here.
Okay, Rashonda Bracy. Where are you? Where's your attorney? Christy Gladden?
She got full order. She is messed up.
She's what?
Messed up. She got full order.
15, 16.
Yeah, some of her daughters in college over the weekend.
All right, we'll try to reach her because we don't have any notice from her.
Yeah, I've been trying to call, text.
Okay, please hold and then we'll find out. Okay, is there anyone on Zoom? Is there a defendant or an attorney on Zoom whose name I did not call? Okay, Miss Desiree Duke, has your client gotten on Zoom now, or former client?
I'm not able to see the whole screen.
Kyrie
Miss
Seward.
Seward.
Kyrie Seward, Seward. Are you on Zoom? Kyrie Seward. Miss James, is she in the waiting room?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Dukes, you're free to go. I will issue the order granting the motion to withdraw, and we're gonna see if Miss Seward comes back to the
Thank you, Judge.
Zoom. All right, thank you. All right, now who is going to the first breakout? I think
I can speak with
Miss Kurt?
Ms. Kurt first.
Yeah, Julie Kurt. Hello, Miss Kurt? Julie, oh, Mr. Mubin, you're here? That's good. We're going to take
Good morning,
your
Judge.
client's plea. Okay, Mr. Mata? Mr. Mata?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, start your video. Please raise your right hand, Mr. Mata. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, good. This is a case of State versus Leonardo Mata. He's charged with driving under the influence of drugs. Is that the only charge to which we're going to address in this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And the failure to maintain lane is going to be null prost. Case number 21 CR 006-703G. Offense date was January 26, 2020 in Fulton County, Georgia. Mr. Mata is appearing virtually with his attorney, Mr. Samad Mubin. And Mr. Mata, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your counsel's Mr. Mubin. All right, Ms. Githia, what is the recommendation for Mr. Mata?
The state's recommendation is 12 months probation to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day, to do an alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, the risk reduction program, 1 victim impact panel, to pay a $300 fine, to do 40 hours of community service, and termination. The balance may be terminated upon completion of the conditions. And does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
We do.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
And your client understands that his license will be suspended in accordance with DDS rules?
He does, Judge. We've talked about that and about the factors behind the process behind a limited permit.
Okay. And Mr. Mubin, I'm sorry, you did stipulate, and your client accepts these terms?
Yes, Judge, I believe he does.
Okay. Mr. Mata, have you consumed any medicine or alcohol recently?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, what's your definition of recently?
Mr. Mata.
Gee,
sorry.
we're off to a great start.
Sorry, I mean, you know, I mean, within the last week, sure, but within the last 24 hours, no.
Did you take any illegal drugs this past week?
No.
Good. Have you understood what's going on in your case so far?
Yes.
And are you satisfied with your legal services?
Yes.
Are you entering this plea willingly, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes.
And is anyone induced you or forced you to accept this plea today?
No.
If you decide to plead guilty to this charge, you've already been advised that your license will be suspended. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
And has it been you've also been advised that by entering this plea, you'll be waiving your right to a trial before a judge or a jury. You will not have the opportunity to go back to court, to have a trial, to have the assistance of counsel, to confront your accuser, challenge the evidence brought against you, present your defense's arguments and any mitigating factors if you choose to do so, and have the state carry its burden to prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you prepared to give up these rights?
Yes.
How do you plead to 1 count of driving under the influence of drugs?
Guilty.
Repeat.
Guilty.
Your sentence is going to be 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day, balance probated. You will report in person to the Fulton County Probation Office on Monday, September 9th, before 3 p.m. Actually, let me change that. You will report on Tuesday. That will give probation enough time to get your information. So it'll be on Tuesday, September 10th, before 3 p.m. The probation office is located at 132 Mitchell Street in downtown Atlanta. While you are on probation, you will complete the following conditions: an alcohol and drug evaluation and submit yourself to any treatment that's required. You will complete a risk reduction program, attend 1 victim impact panel, pay a $300 fine with a minimum payment of $50 in the first month and $50 every month thereafter, and complete 40 hours of voluntary community service with any nonprofit agency that's not a church and not a school. And you must complete a minimum of 5 hours per month and 5 hours every month thereafter. If you completed all these conditions and your probation fees and fines are all up to date, then probation will terminate.
Judge, if I may very briefly.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, my client's a full-time student. He's currently studying information technology and software development. We would ask the court to allow him to report remotely. He's got class. He got a full day of class on those days, Judge. He goes to class 5 days a week.
Mr. Mubin, where does he attend school?
I think it's Georgia GGGC. Is that correct, Leonardo?
Yeah, Georgia Gwinnett College.
All right. He'll be required to report to probation in person once a month. The sooner he gets his conditions completed, the sooner his probation will terminate. It's 1 day out of a month. It's not too much to ask.
And Judge, he's got court, I'm sorry, is there any way he could do, I know you give a specific date for him to report. Is there any way he could report?
I just did, September 9th. Does he need a different date?
That's correct, Judge. That's what I was asking for. We can do a Monday, I believe September 9th.
Okay.
Oh, okay. September 9th is a Monday. I apologize, Judge. That'll be just fine.
It's right now, September 10th. It's a Tuesday before 3 p.m.
If we can do 9 o'clock, the 9th, Judge, Monday, that would honestly be better. He's not going to have to miss class.
Okay. I'll do it September 9th, but I don't know if probation will have his paperwork by then. It's Friday today.
Could we do the 16th, Judge?
No. It's Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday.
Leonardo, do either of those work better for you with class?
Thursday is slightly more preferable.
Okay, so it'll be September what? 12th?
Correct, Judge.
Okay, September 12th before 3 p.m. in person.
We'll also be requesting the affidavit of first conviction.
Okay, he'll need to come down to the courthouse and surrender his driver's license to the clerk's office and then obtain the affidavit of first conviction.
We'll take care of that, Judge.
Okay. Let's see. All right, gentlemen, you are both free to go. Thank you.
All right, Judge, have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. And that's the affidavit. Okay, Ms. Githea, have you heard from Ms. Kurt?
I'm actually emailing her now.
All right. Ms. Mathis, any updates currently?
Yes, put on a status hearing, status calendar, position number 20.
Position number 20. All right, let's see.
I think you said the attorney was on Zoom.
Yeah, Mr. Sonoda? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Currently enrolled with the FFIA program. That's the, he is enrolled.
How many classes has he done?
He just started, so I guess he only did 2.
All right. Mr. Solano Pacheco, your client has only just enrolled in the domestic violence program. So he's still at least 20 or 21 classes away from completion. Is that your understanding?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. So it's going to have to be reset to division to get a status of the completion of diversion.
Okay.
You may have to be in person. I don't know what's the situation there, okay?
Okay, not a problem, Your Honor.
And your client, Solano Pacheco?
He's there as Aldair. Sorry, Judge, he's on the Zoom.
All right, he
Joint.
may have to appear in person, no more Zoom.
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right. So, thank you, sir. Mr. Sonata, you're free to go.
Yeah, have a great day, Judge. Take care.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, position number 13, Ms. Luke, she has completed, drafting the NARPROS now.
Okay. Jolene Lukes.
She's present on the Zoom call, Judge.
Where is she? Miss Lukes? Okay, there she is. All right, Miss Lukes, looks like you have completed your diversion program. The prosecutor is going to dismiss the case. May I release her, Ms. Githea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Lukes, you're free to go. Your case will be dismissed.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Mathis? Anything else? Still looking?
Still.
Okay, let me know when you're ready. Okay, so any response from Ms. Kurt?
Not yet.
Okay, so let's move on to another
Ms.
attorney. Ms. Rockwell, Renee Rockwell, are you? All right, Renee Rockwell is also not available. Are there any private defense counsel? I think I had Ms. Davis.
Yes,
Ms.
Ms.
Davis? All right. Ms. James, could you place Dornisha Davis, attorney, into a breakout room with Ms. Sarita Githia? Mr. Bernard, you're waiting on a diversion update?
Judge, I was trying to get in touch with my client and I still haven't been able to.
What was his name?
He's position 12, Jermaine Kelly, on the status calendar. He is
Oh,
a
yeah.
pretrial diversion. He was referred to pretrial diversion. We did accept. He was having some trouble making the payment to get everything started.
All right. I'm going to issue a bench warrant. It's going to be $1,000 bond.
Okay.
And let him know that there's a bench warrant. Maybe his eyes and ears will perk up and he'll call you, and then just let us know if you want us to set aside the bench warrant.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Bernard, you're free to go.
All right. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. All right, Ms. Kurt is waiting on and counsel on the phone.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah. What was your name again? I'm so sorry. It was like 200 cases ago.
My name is John Kraus here for Kirby Clements, representing Jasper Perry. I believe you said it's number 16 on your status calendar.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, we're still waiting on the diversion update. So please, as soon as Ms. Mathis gives me an update, I can let you know. Okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Helen, you're also looking to speak, right?
Yes, Judge. Give me 1 second. I'm about to call Ms. Foreman, position 2 on the final plea calendar.
It's done community service.
She can go ahead and forward it to me.
Okay. Ms. McLeod, any updates from your client?
Your Honor, I sent him a message, so I'm with the link, so he probably should be logging on.
Okay. All right. Ms. Rockwell, I'm sorry, Ms. Githia is already in a breakout, so if you please hold, I'll try to place you in a.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
I usually get a copy of,
Okay. Now, who in the courtroom needs to speak to the public defender's office to see if they qualify? All right. You need to come down to the first row right here, so Mr. Haddad may speak with you or give you a form to fill out. All of you who want to speak to a public defense attorney to see if you qualify. Sit in the first row. And Mr. Haddad, gentleman behind you who was apparently represented by Kyle Epps.
Okay.
I'm on the phone with the attorney's office for Kyle Epps. And he's in another courtroom, but I'm going to send him the Zoom link.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right, that is them. And you're still trying to get in touch with Ms. Gladden?
Yes, I'm still trying to get.
Okay, we're trying to confirm that. Is there anyone who showed up in the courtroom and has not been called? What's your name, please?
Scott.
Scott. Oh, okay, there he is. Mr. Scott, who's your attorney? All right, you have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one can be appointed to represent you, but you need to pre-qualify for their services.
They told me I didn't qualify for it.
So you've not qualified. Have you hired an attorney? All right, so are you representing yourself? All right, in representing yourself, you are responsible for understanding the law and how it applies to the facts of your case. How are you proceeding in your case?
Well, I was asked to bring paperwork and show up in person because I actually did the Zoom yesterday with the judge. And I spoke with everybody that needed to be spoke with. They asked me to come present a document, and they were trying to give a plea deal.
What's he talking about?
Your Honor, the state reduced it down to basic rules that he said that he would go ahead and,
Take a plea?
Yes,
Okay. All right, sir. As soon as the prosecutor is available, we will take your plea. Did you agree to a reduction of the charge to basic rules?
No, I didn't agree to anything. I just agreed to show up.
Well, that's good. So as soon as the prosecutor is available, you'll get a chance to pre-try your case. Anyone else who showed up late in person in the courtroom? No? Okay,
I have an announcement.
sure. Go ahead.
Your Honor, position number one on the status, Mr. Arhin, he does not qualify. He wishes to enter a not guilty plea and transfer to division. I'm trying to see, and it looks like, I'm trying to find out whether it's been arraigned or not. He was represented by private counsel. I'm assuming it was arraigned at some point, Judge.
All right, Mr. Kojo Ahren. You do not qualify for the representation with the Public Defender's Office, so you'll need to hire your own attorney. Or if you choose to waive your right to counsel, then you will be representing yourself, and you're responsible for understanding how the law applies to the facts of your case. You are charged with driving under the influence of alcohol and failure to maintain lane from June 26, 2019. Looks like your attorney withdrew on March 9th, 2023. How would you like to proceed, sir? You have an opportunity to speak to the prosecutor today to see if you want to resolve your case, or we can reset the case for trial, which means I have to arraign your case today, and then whoever you decide to hire needs to be ready for trial by your next court date.
Yes, ma'am.
What would you like to do?
I'll vote for a trial.
All right, you don't want to speak to the prosecutor to see if you can resolve the case today?
Your Honor, respectfully, Mr. Arhin and I have spoke at length
Oh,
about this,
okay.
and he does have the offer.
Okay, all right. So,
I'd like to speak to another attorney and see if they can help me a little bit more.
whoever you decide to hire, they must be ready for trial because you've been taking your own sweet time since 2023 to hire an attorney. I'm not going to indulge in any more delays
I never got any response from my attorney.
because he withdrew.
Right, actually, but I never also got anything in the mail.
That you can take up with Mr. Bixon's office.
Right, but I just got arrested and then got for not showing up and started with the case now.
Yeah, there was a bench warrant, correct?
Right. I would have, liked to deal with Prince Gautier, but whatever they're offering me might hinder my immigration situation. That's why I'm trying to get an attorney to see if they can help me.
Okay. I cannot stress to you how important it is for you to get an attorney as soon as possible. All right? This is a DUI case. Your attorney needs time to prepare. And like I said, your attorney withdrew in March of 2023, more than a year ago.
I never knew.
That's your problem, not mine. Your problem to deal with your attorney. I cannot direct that. Okay? So all I'm telling you right now is that if you come to the podium, sir, I need to arraign your case.
And Judge, I'd like to give him an address or update so that he can always get notice, even if it's not through a specific attorney.
That's fine, but he needs to come to the podium so I can arraign the case, please.
This is the, send an email with the case number where he can.
This is State of Georgia versus Kojo Arhin, accusation number 20 CR 5260C. Mr. Arhin is present in the courtroom and he's currently in a pro se capacity, charged with driving under the influence of alcohol, less safe, and failure to maintain lane or improper lane change on June 6, 2019, allegedly in Fulton County. Mr. Kojo, you've been advised of your right to remain silent and your right to counsel. We've already gone through the narrative about your withdrawal of your counsel of record. So presently, would you like me to read the accusation or do you waive a reading of the accusation?
I already know the accusation.
So you waive a reading of the accusation?
I guess so.
Okay. These are two misdemeanor charges that have been brought against you. Upon the entry of your not guilty plea, the case will be reset with the division judge for a jury trial. At the time of the trial, the prosecutor has the complete burden to prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If the prosecution prevails and overcomes your legal presumption of innocence, you could be convicted of one or more of these offenses. If upon conviction, both these offenses carry a possible sentence of up to $1,000 fine and or up to a year in prison, in addition to your license being suspended.
Yes, ma'am.
Given this information, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
All right. Your case has been arraigned and it's going to be further notice for trial. Please fill out the form to make sure that your address is current with the court.
Yes, ma'am.
And whoever you decide to hire, please be sure that you let them know that your case has been arraigned and your case shall be further notice for trial.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Your attorney has the next 10 days to file all the necessary motions and so forth to preserve your rights. So time is of the essence. All right.
Yes,
You don't have the luxury of time anymore. You need to hire an attorney as soon as possible so they can file the necessary motions and take care of preservation of your rights.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fine attorney, I'm glad she's going to come in on Zoom. She said give her a few minutes. I sent her in.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Ms. Seward or Mr. Seward?
yes.
All right. Yes, your attorney, you didn't respond again when I last called. Your attorney has been allowed to leave the Zoom. How would you like to proceed?
I would like a new court date if I can. I want to go to trial.
Okay. Let me go ahead and see if your case has been arraigned.
It was arraigned, I believe, 3 years ago.
All right, your attorney filed a waiver of arraignment on April 2nd, 2024.
Okay.
All necessary motions have been filed. You can come down to the court and get a copy of all the motions in order to proceed, or you can hire an attorney to make sure that your new attorney comes down to the court and look at what's been filed and so forth. Your case this case has already been arraigned. It'll be further notice for trial. Please make sure that whoever you hire is prepared to go to trial. Let them know your case has already been arraigned. And the next thing is a trial. So no further delays.
You said further notice. What does that mean?
That means that the division judge is going to send you notice of your next court date. Currently,
mail?
your
By the mail?
yes, currently your address is Glenover Way.
No,
All right. You need to come down to the courthouse in person.
I
To
have.
136 Prior Street, first floor, and file a updated or change of address in writing.
Okay.
All right, this must be done before 5 p.m. on Monday, September 9th. Thank you. You're free to go. Mr. Epps, good morning, sir. I'm sorry, sir, if you could please unmute. Oop. And Mr. Grady Jones,
Yes.
could you please come to the podium? Mr. Epps, good morning, sir. Your client of record, Mr. Grady Perry Jones, is in the courtroom. Do you see him on one of the screens? It should show him at the podium.
I do not, Judge, and he's no longer my client. The court released me the last time I appeared for this.
All right, so I do beg your pardon. Did you submit an order to withdraw?
I did not, Judge. My representation ends when a client enters a plea or enters pretrial diversion. And
Okay,
I had appeared out of court the last 3 times for this, and the client has not contacted me for quite some time. The court let me out last time. Otherwise, I would have certainly appeared this morning.
I do remember that now that you are triggering my memories on this one. I'm so sorry if I try to remember every case, but you know, apparently I don't have that superpower memory. Okay, Mr. Jones, I remember this case because you waited in the courtroom a long time. Mr. Epps appeared. There was a discussion at the podium, and I allowed Mr. Epps to withdraw from the case. Unfortunately, I did not issue a written order, otherwise I would have remembered it right now. So you were required to either hire a new attorney or choose to represent yourself. What are you going to do today?
I'm gonna hire another attorney.
And why didn't you hire one the last time?
Because I needed one. I needed one.
But he showed up the last time and he told you he's not representing you anymore.
I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear any of that.
Okay, do you have I don't mean to be rude, but do you all have a device or anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Epps, I will issue the order allowing you to withdraw, and I'm sorry we called you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Jones,
Yes, ma'am.
you can either write it down or because I'm going to issue the order today so that I'll remember it from this point onwards. All right? Mr. Kyle Epps does not represent you. You waited here a long time. You said he never contacted you. He showed up. He said you never contacted him. I really don't care.
Right.
My point right now is that you need representation. Okay? Your attorney has already filed a waiver of arraignment and entered a not guilty plea on your behalf. Would you like an opportunity to speak to the prosecutor to see if you want to resolve the case today? Or would you like to have a trial?
I don't want a trial.
Okay, so please have a seat, and as soon as the prosecutor is available, she will speak with you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor,
Yes.
there's a Galaxy 23 that has been on since the calendar started. I don't know their name. They're not responding.
Oh, dear. All right, the person appearing on Galaxy S23, if you do not respond, you will be removed from Zoom. And if you're a defendant, a bench warrant could be issued for your arrest for failure to respond.
Good morning, court. I am not a defendant. I am simply here to support my brother, Jarrell Richards.
And you need to appear on video.
I am medically detained right now, so that's why I did not put my camera on.
Okay, if you, all right, we'll put you in the waiting room. Who is your brother?
Jarrell Richards.
Okay. Miss
Okay.
James, you can place Galaxy S23 in the waiting room. All right. Ms. Kithia, any announcements?
Yes, Your Honor, I have spoken with, I'm sorry, Ms. Davis and I have spoken on, I'm sorry, what's the client's name again? Mr. Johnson, correct?
Jackson.
Mr. Jackson.
Jesse Jackson. Yes,
Yes.
and how are we proceeding?
She would like the case returned to the division for motions.
Okay. And Ms. Davis, have you filed a waiver of arraignment or anything to that effect?
Mr. Jackson was previously arraigned, Judge, on September 13th of 21.
Okay. Mr. Jackson? Jesse Jackson, stand up when you hear your name called. Your attorney has indicated that the case is going to be further notice for trial. The next court date will be in person, and you and your attorney will need to appear in person and be prepared for trial. Any questions? All right, you're free to go. Ms. Davis, thank you very much. The case is reset to division for trial.
Thank you, Judge.
Take care.
You too.
Ms. Rockwell, Mr. Bernard, Ms. Mathis, any, oh, he's
Yes.
here again. I thought, Mr. Bernard, you came back?
I did come back, Judge. I was able to put Mom on the case, and she was able to locate Mr. Kelly. He should be joining by Zoom. I just saw him pop up.
Jermaine Kelly,
Yes, ma'am.
where have you been?
I had just woke up. I didn't know I had a court date today.
Well, I can execute the bench warrant and then make sure that at 9 o'clock in the morning, you wake up at Fulton County Jail and be ready and prepared.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
No, I just want to let you know, I've already ordered a bench warrant. Wakey, wakey. Are you awake now?
Yes, ma'am.
If you show up for court late again, or if you don't keep in touch with your attorney, I will not tolerate that anymore and execute the bench warrant. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to set aside the current bench warrant, Mr. Bernard. Would you like an opportunity to speak with the prosecutor?
Judge, this is a case where we've already spoke, and a offer of a pretrial diversion was accepted. Mr. Kelly did attempt to take the anger management classes. In fact, he on August the 16th did sign up for the anger management class, paid the money. However, I believe he received a message saying that the 5-week, I think it's a 5-week course, and he was outside of the time frame in which they had already started, and so they would start in another 5 weeks. So we're just waiting for those classes to start back up.
Okay. Ms. Mathis, do you have a status on Mr. Jermaine Kelly?
Okay, well, for the record, he's been in diversion ever since April. Not April, May of 2022. And most of the time we give him 30 to 60 days to complete. So I will extend it until the next 30 days until I have him completed. He have not paid, he have not completed the anger management. So if you want to, if you're in agreement that we can reset it.
How much does he owe?
He owes $250 for a participation fee.
Okay. And when was that due?
It was due 30 days, like June 22nd.
Okay.
And we going into October, so.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bernard, I'm going to give him Mr. Kelly,
Yes,
stop
ma'am.
looking at the sky. There are no birds flying above you. Put your phone right in front of your face. Up you go. Nope, phone up. I don't want to look at your chin. I want to look at your face. Good. You owe $250 for the diversion fee. That has to be paid on Monday, September 9th, before 5 p.m. You need to come down to the courthouse and pay that fee. Otherwise, I'm going to ask the prosecutor for a motion for a bench warrant for failure to comply. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
September 9th,
Okay.
24, before 5 p.m., diversion fee to be paid.
Your Honor,
I don't want to see your chin. Bring your phone up. Stay
Your
awake.
Honor,
I was wiping my face.
The next thing is that you have one more extension to complete your anger management classes. This is going to be a final reset for compliance with diversion.
Yes,
No
ma'am.
more extensions.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Yes, Ms. James?
he must pay by 4 p.m. The
Oh,
office
4
shuts
p.m.
down at a certain time. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so the office is only available till 4 p.m. So Monday before 4 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
That's $250. Is cash good or do y'all take checks or what?
They take all forms of payment, Your Honor.
All forms of payment, great. Okay, except monopoly money. Okay. All right, Mr. Bernard, please advise your client accordingly. Otherwise, we will be glad to make sure that, we have him wake up with the Fulton County Jail alarm.
Yes, Your Honor. Understood.
All right.
Thank you.
And there's a final reset with division. The notes are going to go on Odyssey to show that he must comply with diversion or risk being kicked out of diversion, losing his fee, and be ready for trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. He will also lose the opportunity to have this case dismissed.
Right.
Mr. Kelly, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Keep in touch with your attorney. Make sure your attorney has your phone number, your email, and knows where you live. And you need to make sure that you all have a conversation. It's not your attorney's job to chase you. It's your job to chase your attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kelly. You're free to go back and sleep. Mr. Bernard, you have a great weekend. Thank you.
Judge. You too. Thanks.
I have a couple of announcements, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Gathia, go ahead.
I see Miss Brooke Sampson on Zoom. Her case was null prossed on August 5th.
Ms. Brooke Sampson, you're free to go. Your case was dismissed.
I wanted to show my face because I got a letter in the mail. So
I appreciate it, but your case was dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your
All right,
Honor.
you're free to go.
Have a blessed day.
You too.
I don't know if Mr. Bastian, he's on Zoom, was waiting to speak with me, but he was given an offer on July 26th, and the offer is going to be the same.
All right. Jacques Bastien? Are you present?
I wasn't waiting. I wasn't waiting to speak with nobody. You had told me to hang tight and you was gonna get back with me. I had requested trial.
Okay. And who's your next breakout with? Do we have any private attorneys waiting on Zoom for a breakout?
Ms. Kurt and I have been, I'm sorry, we were speaking via chat. It's going to be a plea, but she's not available to do the plea today. And we were wondering if we could do the plea the week of the 16th. I believe that's motions or trial calendar. Or did you want it to be returned to the division?
I can do it, but it will have to be on one of the jury trial calendars. If you want to work with Ms. James to put it on a court date. Ms. Kurt, are you there? All right. Work with Ms. Patrona James to put it on one of the jury trial calendars at 9 a.m. And we can do the plea via Zoom.
Okay, I will let her know.
Yeah, I think it's next week or the week after.
We spoke about the week of September 16th.
September 10th, Your Honor, is your jury trial calendar, the week of September 10th or the week of September 24th.
You're doing motions on the 20th, it says.
Oh, okay. I've got a motions calendar. Well, there we go. September 20th. Would that work?
Yeah, I did. I said the week of the 16th and she said yes. So I can
Okay.
reach out to see if the 20th works for her.
Okay, September 20th, motions calendar.
Is that gonna be a court date for me?
Yeah.
No, that's not you, Mr.
No,
Bastian.
that's not you, Mr. Bastian. Mr. Bastian, you hold. All right, Ms. Githia, I'm going to put you in a breakout with Ms. Renee Rockwell.
Okay.
And when Ms. Kurt comes back from the other proceeding, I'll let her know. September 20th for a plea, 9 a.m. via Zoom.
I think this Davis, right? We're setting this for Ms. Davis, position 5 on status.
Position 5.
Is that who I'm sending?
Yeah, for Kurt, yeah.
Post it, right.
Final plea.
All right, is Kenya Davis on? She's here? Yeah. Ms. Davis, you can appear via Zoom on September 20th with your attorney, Ms. Kurt or Ms. Andrea Clark. And we'll take a plea at that time if things work out. Keep in touch with your attorney. See you then. Thank you. And Ms. Gladden? Ms. Gladden, you don't look well. Ms. Gladden? Chrissy Gladden?
She just joined, Your Honor, so she just came into the waiting room, so I added her.
Okay. Who was the client in the courtroom? I think a lady in a green dress. Yeah, please stand up. All right, Miss James, let her know that her case is reset to division.
Which position, Your Honor?
It's position 1 on the final plea.
Yeah. Rashonda Bracy.
And it's reset.
Judge, I'm here. I'm sorry.
I know. What would you like to do, Miss Gladden? I can do a plea because it's reset for final plea on September 20th, or I can reset it to division. And I don't know, I don't have a reset date for division.
The reset for a plea, Judge, please.
Okay, reset to September 20th at 9 a.m. via Zoom. I hope you feel better.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, Judge.
I understand. All right, you're free to go.
Thank you. I'm
All
sorry.
right. Ms. Bracy, did you hear that?
Yeah.
September 20th, you can appear via Zoom for a possible plea and talk to your attorney when she's not so green. Okay, take care. All right, Mr. Bastian, and let me go ahead and pull up that case.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Walthall. Okay.
Ms. McLeod, did you?
I have not been able to speak to him, Your Honor, but I did send him the link. Mr. Walthall is usually pretty proactive. Your Honor, so I really want to get a hold of them because I have quite a few messages and emails from him.
Okay.
Talking about the case, so I think there has got to be some kind of disconnect going on this one because he usually does show up, but.
Okay, let me call.
So if he does not appear, Your Honor, I would ask the court to give me a few days to get in touch with him.
Okay.
To get him here.
Well, he's not here. I'm going to issue a bench warrant. It's going to be a $2,500 surety. Let him know, and we can always set it aside.
Okay,
All right, thank you. You're free to go.
thank you.
Mhm.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, that's good. That's fine. Okay. Mr. Jacques Bastien?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, yeah, looks like your case was supposed to have been sent back to division, but unfortunately, the case has not been arraigned yet. So would you like me to arraign the case, or would you like to file a waiver of arraignment?
When I file a waiver of arraignment, what does that do?
That means you're entering a not guilty plea and requesting a jury trial or a bench trial.
So when I came
Let me
to
go
court-
ahead and arraign your case because I'm not interested in explaining to you what waiver arraignment means. Okay, would you like me to read the accusation or would you waive a reading of the accusations?
I'm waiving it.
Okay. This is State of Georgia versus Jacques Roger Bastian. Accusation number 24 CR 0000290B. Mr. Bastian has 3 misdemeanor charges against him stemming from a December 31st, 2022 traffic incident allegedly in Fulton County, Georgia. The charges are driving in circular or zigzag course, otherwise known as laying drag, exhaust system violation, and a windshield tinting violation. These are 3 misdemeanor charges which have been brought against you, and upon your entry of a not guilty plea, the case will be scheduled for a jury trial. At the time of the trial, the prosecutor has the complete burden to prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If the prosecution prevails and overcomes your legal presumption of innocence, then you could be convicted of 1 or more of these offenses. Each of these penalties carry a fine. And with regards to the laying drag, it can be up to $1,000 fine and up to 1 year in jail. Given this information, how do you plead?
Not guilty. Well, I wanted to plead. Do I have to plead the same to all the charges?
If you want to talk to the prosecutor to see if there is a possibility of the prosecutor dismissing or null processing any of these charges in exchange for what you want to do, that's entirely up to you.
That's fine. I would do that.
So now you want to pre-try.
I'm guessing because initially when I was in your courtroom, that's what I was asking about because
Mr. Bastian, I am not a party to any negotiations between you and the prosecutor. Whatever the both of you discuss and agree to, that would be then subject to a plea hearing. But if there's no agreement, then the case goes to trial.
okay, I'm just trying to speak, but it seems like every time I try to speak, you just cutting me off. I'm
not interested in hearing in what possible negotiations you've
Okay,
had with
so
the
I'm just here to say
prosecutor.
yes or no. All right. I guess I'm gonna say I will speak to the prosecution.
That would be the right statement, pre-try. Okay. Ms. Gipp, all right, she is in a conference right now with another attorney, so I'll put you in the queue.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Mathis, do we have an update on any of the cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which one would you like to announce?
The status calendar, number 15, Ms. Moore. She just paid her $250 participation fee, but she still have the pending responsibility awareness and the community service to be completed.
How many hours of community service?
20 hours.
And what was the other program?
The class is responsibility and awareness. It's still
Responsibility and awareness. Is that a program?
It's just a class.
One class? Who administers it?
Civics Academy. The vendor is Civics Academy.
Repeat that name again?
Civics Academy.
Civics Academy? Okay. Miss, yeah.
I apologize. I'm responding. I saw Ms. Moore sent me an email a couple of days ago, the state claiming that she completed community service. I don't have proof of it, so I'm requesting that proof right now, Judge.
Okay, is she present on the?
She's supposed to be, Judge.
By Keithia Moore?
And I just assumed she was, Judge. I'll give her a call.
Okay, tell her she needs to come on Zoom. Thank you. All right, Miss Githia, do you have an announcement with Miss Rockwell?
Yes, or Mr. Turner is gonna be returned to the division.
Okay, Miss Rockwell, Chauncey
That's
Turner.
correct, Judge.
All right, the case has been arraigned.
It has, Judge, but for the record, we will enter a not guilty plea and request a jury trial in the division.
All right. Right. Please be aware that the next court date for trial will be in person, not Zoom, and that will be with the division judge. All
Thank
right?
you, Judge. Have a good weekend and may we
You
be
too.
excused.
Yes, you may. Thank you. Ms. Githia, I'm going to put you in a breakout with Mr. Jacques Bastien. Apparently, he wants to renegotiate the case.
Okay.
All right, if Ms. James, if you could place Mr. Bastien in a breakout room with Ms. Githia. Okay, Ms. Mathis, Ms. Moore isn't present right now, so what's the next, do you have an update on Jasper Perry?
Yes, Jets Perry.
Mr. Clemens?
Okay,
Yes,
Perry has,
Okay, let's see, what's the update?
he's completed the class. He just pending a $250 participation fee.
Okay. Mr. Clements, your client has not paid the $250 participation fee. That's why the case cannot be dismissed.
okay, it was my understanding. It was my understanding that that was all taken care of.
No,
So I was
hey,
just
this
want
is
to.
yes. I just need to pay the fine. I've done the what you call it. I can have it paid by next week, but that's all that I need to do is pay the $250.
All right. And what was the reset date I've given? Was it
The 20th, Your Honor, Friday.
no, not reset date. To pay the participation fee. Was it Monday or Tuesday?
He gave it Monday.
Monday. Okay. Mr. Perry, you have till September 9th. Monday, September 9th, before 4 p.m. to pay the participation fee of $250. You need to come down and make sure you pay that. And once received, the prosecutor will dismiss the case. Otherwise, you will be removed from the diversion program and your case will be scheduled for trial.
Okay, that'll work.
Monday, September 9th. Mr. Clements, please advise your client that time is of the essence.
Yes, will do.
All right, September 9th before 4 p.m. or it is reset for trial. Okay, thank you. You're free to go now. Thank you, Mr. Kirby. Mr. Clemens,
All right,
sorry.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Miss Julie Kurt, are you on Zoom? Okay. Any other announcements, Ms. Mathis?
Yes, on the status number 9, last name Hinton.
And Judge, that's my case. She's present on the Zoom call. I just provided proof of completion of that class to diversion.
Position 9, you said?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, on the status.
Centrella Hinton, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Mathis, have you received the?
She just sent it over, so I'll be drafting that non-pros.
Okay. And you are satisfied it's all completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Centrella Hinton, you have completed the items for diversion. Your case will be dismissed. You're free to go.
Okay, thank you so much.
Your Honor, I have spoken with Mr. Bastian. He was just confused as to when he previously asked for a trial and then it was placed back in his
He
on this
asked for a
calendar.
trial. He asked for a trial, but then he said that he wanted to see if he can do a partial plea. And I said to speak to the prosecutor to see what charges can be resolved in accordance with a partial plea.
No, I told him what the offer was, and so he stated he wanted to do a trial.
Okay, so Mr. Bastian, your case has been arraigned. You and or your attorney have the next 10 days to file all the necessary motions, demands and so forth to preserve your rights. Otherwise, the case is further notice for trial. Your next court date, you'll be required to appear in court in person, no more Zoom. If you choose to hire an attorney, time is of the essence because all filings need to be done within the next 10 days.
All right,
Okay, you're free to go.
thank you.
And Judge, I have a few announcements if the court's ready.
Ms. Kurt, just 1 second, please.
Good morning, Judge. Thank you.
Good morning. All right, your client's case is reset to September 20th at 9 a.m. via Zoom to take a plea.
Thank you for your assistance this morning, Judge. We'll get it taken care of that morning.
All right, you have a
And
good
you-
weekend.
And
Thank
just
you.
really quickly, Ms.
Thank
Cuddy,
you.
if you don't get the plea documents from me by the end of the day, just reach back out to give me a quick reminder.
Very good. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right, did I have Ms. Mathis, any more updates?
On a filing plea, position number 5, Mr. Nelson just had the class pending, the theft class, but he is in compliance.
Juarez Nelson,
He's here in person, Judge.
where is he? When was he admitted to diversion?
Looks like it was May 20th. His fee is paid and community service has been sent over.
Okay, Mr. Nelson, what's the delay for the anti-theft class? All right, this is a final reset to September 20th at 9 a.m. You need to come back to court in person with the certificate of completion of the anti-theft class. Otherwise, you will be removed from diversion and the case will be reset for trial. You won't have all that work you put into diversion so far, the participation fee and everything, all gone. Nothing is refunded. You understand? September 20th, hello, 9 a.m., not 9:30, with your certificate. And if you have that, your case is dismissed. Free to go.
Your Honor, Ms. Washington is on Zoom. She's represented by Mr. Dixon. Did she get a hold of him?
I don't know. She hasn't told me yet.
No, I called him and I texted him, but I wasn't able to get an answer. So I'm not sure if he had an emergency or what.
Because he did respond to me. We spoke yesterday via email and let me pull the email up. He said they would not be taking a plea, but I still wanted him online to make that announcement himself.
Give me a moment. All right. Ms. Washington, your attorney has already filed a waiver of arraignment and entered a not guilty plea on your behalf. Your case is going to be reset for a trial.
Okay.
Please let your attorney know that he needs to be in court in person along with you in person, no more Zoom.
Okay.
And this will be for a trial with the division court.
Okay. And I'll get that by mail.
You get that by mail. You'll also know it now. I'm telling you, you're going to trial. So your
No, I'm saying
attorney
the
and you
trial
need to
date.
be, no more Zoom.
Okay.
That's the other important part I want to stress with you.
Okay.
Okay, see you in court. Thank you.
Could I still speak to the prosecutor or no?
No, because you're represented by counsel.
Okay. Thank you.
You're free to go. All right, Ms. Githia, I think the only folks left to discuss are in the courtroom.
Okay.
Miss Helen and Mr. Haddad. And Mr. Haddad, did we pre-qualify anyone?
Judge, there's only so far one applicant, position number 1, he did not qualify.
Okay.
That's the only one that I'm
I
aware of.
think this Mr. Jones and the gentleman in front of you, what was your name, sir? Yeah, folks, I swear to God, I try to remember everyone's names, but I'm not going to get an award for that, okay? So, and that gentleman in the black t-shirt, Scott, yeah. Sir, in the red shirt, did you just appear in court?
That's position 3. That's position 3, Mr.
3.
Brown.
Ah,
He is currently applying for the PD's office and we will see if he qualifies, Judge.
okay, good. All right. Ms. Githia, that's your choice. Who would you like to speak with
Oh, I
first?
need the person to come up really quickly.
Perfectly fine.
You're gonna do-
And Judge, I do have some announcements if the court's ready.
I'm all ears. Go
Uh,
ahead.
position 2 on the final plea calendar, Ms. Foreman.
Mm.
I think she believes she was excused, but I did ask her to come back on. She did appear via Zoom. We're asking that to be returned to the division. She did have a question about the theft class, but I resent her all of the information. She's aware that the diversion fee still needs to be paid, as well as the theft class be completed. So we're asking that be turned to the division
So the only thing left is the restitution.
in the theft class.
Okay. I'm actually going to reset it to September 20th. I didn't realize I had an ORCA calendar that day. So it'll be September 20th. She needs to be here in person.
Understood, Judge. I'll text her and let her know that now.
In person only, no Zoom. Make sure you put that in caps, no space Zoom, all right? I don't want any misunderstanding. And she needs to bring what she can. A partial payment for restitution, and then we can reset it for Nick. Minimum $150.
Understood, Judge. And my next position is position 6 on the final plea calendar, Mr. Norberto Riviera. They were just here. I think they're just standing in the hallway, Judge. So he has paid the $250 entry fee. There was a misunderstanding. He went on the proper website, but he took the wrong class. We're still looking for a family violence intervention class program to be completed in his case. He's also done an alcohol drug evaluation for his case as well.
Is that correct, Ms. Mathis?
Yeah, yes, so I spoke with him. He's been accepted ever since July the 29th. So partial, so the only thing, which is the lengthy program, the FFIB. So I would send it out to him again and show him how to sign up for the program with one of our vendors.
Miss Debbie, can we sound out for Mr. This is easy, Rivera? Is that because both the parents have the same last name, so? Mhm. If y'all could both come up to the podium right here. All right. May I have your name, sir? And how do you know Mr. Rivera?
I'm his son. My name's Eric Rivera.
Okay. Your father's case can be dismissed, but he needs to complete the program.
Yeah,
Tell him that.
que tu corte se va a terminar, pero nomás que necesitas terminar tu programa. Pero, yeah, he did, well, whatever they said.
No. All you're gonna do is tell him what I tell you.
All right.
You're not his attorney, so you can't speak on his behalf. Okay? If he doesn't complete the program, he'll be kicked out of diversion and his case will go to trial.
Si no terminas la cosa que te van a, pues, quitar y tu corte te va a hacer como...
¿Cómo? ¿Que me van a qué?
Que te van a quitar de la corsa si no lo terminas. Y que te van a llevar a otro día para hacerlo, a ver qué vas a hacer ahí. Pero, you understand? Yes.
I will not tolerate any more delays.
Que ya no quiere ser como otro día para hacer la corte, so que necesitas terminarlo ya que
Faltan 24 clases de la otra.
Sí.
If he doesn't understand, he needs to contact his attorney or contact the diversion program on what is required.
Que si no entiendes que necesitas hablar con tu
abogada
y que ahí.
Does he understand?
Sí, entiendes.
Sí, sí.
Dile que sí.
No more delays.
Y ya nomás pospone para...
Ya no va a proponer más.
He must be enrolled in a domestic violence program before September 20th, 2024.
Septiembre 20 que necesitas ya terminar la cosa que está hablando la señora con las otras.
O con la que está hablando ahorita.
Okay.
He must be enrolled.
Enroll. Okay, que necesitas estar allí dentro de las clases. para ese tiempo.
Tanto voluntario.
Ajá.
Oh.
before September 20th.
Antes del septiembre 20 de
Para
este
que
año.
le apunte cuánto.
Ajá.
He will come back to court on September 20th and show proof of enrollment.
Y el septiembre 20 vas a venir para atrás acá a enseñar el papel que ya hiciste la cosa, que ya estás adentro. Y todo.
En septiembre.
20 de este mes.
Otherwise, I will remove him from diversion. His case will not be dismissed, and he has to be ready for trial.
Si no, necesitas esperar otra vez y ya de allí vas a ir a trial.
Oh.
Pues dile que entiendes.
Ya está.
He understands.
September 20th,
Septiembre
20.
20.
20 de este mes.
Pero ¿cómo le pongo la información al abogado, ¿no? Para que nos quede?
Sí.
And Judge, now that I'm looking at it, he has all of the 24 classes to do. I don't know if he'll be.
I just need proof of enrollment on September 20th. That's all.
Understood, Judge.
I don't want any of this, I didn't understand that, I didn't understand this. So he needs to be back in court September 20th with proof of enrollment.
Entonces, venir para atrás aquí para el 20, que enseñar que ya estás dentro de las clases.
No.
He can do the classes online, you can help him out with that.
Que puedes hacer las clases en línea y yo te puedo ayudar con eso.
En línea también.
Any questions?
Si tienes una pregunta.
O que también que si hasta cuándo puedo regresar con mi familia. Que si cuándo puedo regresar, que tiene una restricción. Que si cuándo puedo regresar con mi familia, con mi
So
esposa.
he's asking if after he's done with the courses, is he able to see his family?
After he's finished the diversion and the case is dismissed.
Ya después que
Hasta
está
que
disminuido la
que
corte.
oh.
Sí, pues.
But that program is 24 weeks of classes, that's 6 months long.
Y ese programa va a ser 24 semanas de clases, va a ser 6 semanas.
Por 6.
Ajá, 6 semanas.
Las clases.
The sooner he starts, the sooner he gets to see his family.
Porque ya la llevo un mes, pues, antes son de. Ya llevo.
Yeah, he understands.
Any other questions?
¿Tienes otra pregunta?
No, todo está bien.
No, that's all.
September 20th, thank you, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
Any other updates, Ms. Mathis?
That's it.
That was it? Okay. Were you waiting on any other updates, Mr. Haddad?
No, Judge, I just have a couple announcements, Judge.
Okay.
As to Ms. Moore, Judge, does not appear that she's on. She's been on every time.
Who are we
In fact,
talking about?
I'm sorry. In my
Moore?
mind, so on position number 15, just so the court is aware, Ms. Moore has always shown up. In fact, I've been communicating with her by email all morning and yesterday, and I'm surprised she's not here. But in light of the only thing I believe that's left is for her to finish that class, I would ask if we can reset it.
What
for the
class is
20th.
this?
It is.
The responsibility and
An awareness, okay.
Yes. So if we can reset it for the 20th, Judge, and that, I mean, that's plenty of time. She claims that she has completed community service, so that's the only thing left. She's paid the diversion fee. If we can reset it for the 20th, that'd be great, Judge.
9/20th,
Yes.
September 20th, 9 a.m. In person only.
Sounds good, Judge. And in the event, and I'm just throwing it out there, if she completes everything and I provide proof in the state and all process.
I'm a happy puppy then.
Great. And Your Honor, my next request is positions number 27, Deshaun Williams. Mr. Williams, again, Judge, I'm shocked that he's not here. Ms. Mathis I think she confirmed that he's done the class, but I think the diversion fee is still outstanding, I think is what she said. So I'd ask if we can reset it for the 20th, Judge.
This will be a bench warrant. It's $1,500. He has till September 9th before 4 p.m. to pay the diversion fee. And if he does that, and then I will set aside the bench warrant.
Thank you, Judge. I'll.
But You need to let him know.
I understand.
27.
And Judge, I have one announcement. Mr. Thornton, I just don't have, I think he's an add-on from our Wednesday calendar, Rashawn Thornton. I spoke to him. He's gonna be here at 11:30. He was over an hour and a half away in distance where he lives, but he wanted to show up and he said he's going to pay that fee in person. So I guess if Ms. Mathis, would
Well,
still be
11:30 is
here.
still less than an hour away, so we'll be here.
Understood, Judge.
Are you Mr. Thornton?
No,
No,
that's
okay.
Mr. Brown.
Okay,
And I'll check to see if he qualifies.
okay.
Sorry to interrupt, Judge Law. You're muted, by the way.
I have no indication that a law firm or an attorney is representing you in your case.
No, ma'am, it would not be the representation for me. It would be the representation for the original case.
I don't know what the original case is.
Understood.
What's the original case?
The original case was failure to maintain lane from 2013.
This is the original case.
Understood. So the party that I think it would be the plaintiff.
Are you talking about the civil case?
Yes, I think I am.
What's that got to do with my case?
That is the company who I'm paying for the license.
If you have an issue with your lawyer in a companion civil case stemming from damages or injuries in this matter, that is something you have to take up with either the State Bar of Georgia to report a complaint with the lawyer, or you can file a civil suit against the attorney or the law firm for whatever injuries you claim you have stemming from the civil case.
Understood.
But that has nothing to do with this criminal case.
Understood. I'm completely understanding you. Now I need you to understand me. So what I am being told is that
No, you don't begin like that.
I apologize.
You begin with, who told you?
Who told me? An attorney company.
Which attorney company?
The attorney company, Robert Parnell, that stated that they were the defendant, or no, I'm the defendant.
Correct.
And they were the plaintiff for the original case.
So they're not your attorney.
No, ma'am, they are not. And with this company, I had to obtain a release from them to get my license back. And now your office has stated to me via.
The prosecutor is not my office.
Okay, my apologies. The prosecutor.
And yeah, you can stand back. I don't know what's wrong with that mic. And the prosecutor has nothing to do with your civil case.
Understood.
Absolutely nothing.
Understood.
So if that attorney, the opposing counsel in a civil case is telling you something about your license, that's nothing to do with me, the court, and nothing to do with the prosecutor.
Understood. Now, if it was a civil case, I don't recall being privy to the information of me having to attend a civil case. So if I'm wrong on that end, I will take full responsibility.
I have no idea. I have no idea where it's filed, who was served, what's the court date, what you're required to attend. I have no idea.
Understood. So I was just trying to get clear understanding because I am currently paying them. So if I clear this case and I have a dissolution for this case, which is the original case that I'm under the impression that that was the reason that I didn't have a license, then understood. If I lost money prior, understood. I can take those responsibilities, no problem. But will that dissolution paper be content enough or evidence enough for me to, well, that's not a question that you can answer. Will that be enough to say, hey, this case is done, which would be the original case, which is under my impression that's why I didn't have a license, because it was issued by the state that my license be suspended because of the bench warrant.
There are like 50 questions in that one question.
I understand.
You were cited with failure to maintain lane in 2015.
Yes, ma'am.
You were cited in a criminal matter and you were cited in a civil matter.
Understood.
If you decide to resolve the criminal matter today, that would have no bearing with regards to any agreements or any issues or any requirements that you have in the civil case.
Understood.
So to answer your question, there is no connection between the two cases. So
Understood.
whatever happens here, I don't know what bearing it will have in your civil case.
Understood.
Because I have no idea of the procedural history of the civil case.
Understood. So
When you keep saying original case,
yes, ma'am.
that is an incorrect phrase.
Understood.
You have to say either the criminal case, which is this one,
Understood.
or the civil case, which is a civil matter for money damages.
And how you just stated it, I understand completely. It is two separate cases. Understood. So I will accept the state's offer.
Okay. Ms. Gutierrez, do you want him to fill out any plea paperwork?
Can we let him do any citation?
Yes, you may. Do you have the ticket?
I do not have the ticket, Your Honor, but I will.
I just need to generate a disposition form.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a seat. We'll generate the disposition form.
Understood.
is basic rules, $250 suspended. Is that an agreement?
Define suspended.
You don't pay for it.
Okay, so I'm good in regard to my license?
No idea.
Okay, but as far as.
I'm not doing this
statement-
again.
I'm just trying to get clear understanding now.
That's in your civil case. I have no idea. Have a seat, sir, and we will.
Right
get
here,
to-
out there.
Hmm?
Right here.
First row will be fine. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I be heard? My client, Ms. Moore, number position 15 is on the count, is on Zoom, Judge. And the court had, Ms. Moore, can you hear me?
She needs to unmute.
You need to unmute. Ms. Moore, your case was continued until the 20th of September for you to complete the class and just submit proof of the community service.
Okay, I sent you my community service yesterday, but I'll resend it.
Yeah, just resend it. I don't have it. Just resend the proof of the community service, but the only thing that's left for you to do is that class. And make sure to get it done before the 20th, so the state can, hopefully will dismiss the case.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Miss Moore, this is Judge Law. Your attorney is correct. If you submit all the paperwork to your attorney before September 20th, and he confirms with diversion that all your requirements are completed, then your case is closed. But if nothing is confirmed, you are required to come down to the courthouse on September 20th at 9 a.m. in person, not Zoom. Failure to appear will result in a bench warrant for your arrest.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you take that note down? September 20th, 9 a.m. in person.
Yes.
Okay, see you then.
Thank you.
And Judge, I have one additional announcement if the court's ready.
I'm ready.
Position 3 on the status conference calendar, Mr. Brown, he's present in court. He was asked to appear in person.
Okay.
Judge, I have his application. He did not qualify for our services, but he would like to talk directly to the solicitor's office this morning.
All right, Mr. Brown?
Go ahead and stand up for us.
All right. You're going to pre-try your case with the prosecutor as soon as these two gentlemen are done. Okay, thank you.
Back on August 22nd, because I sent you an email. Do you recall the email? Okay, let's speak.
Mr. Glanville, do you see anyone else in the waiting room?
There's a Galaxy 2-3.
Okay. Who was her brother, Jarrell something?
Yes, Your Honor. I assume he was in the courtroom because everyone is off of Zoom, but you have told me to put her in the waiting room.
Okay. Is there someone whose sister is on Zoom? Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm on Zoom.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Remember having an announcement on Mr. Brady Jones?
Mhm.
He's in diversion. It looks like he completed 7 of the classes out of 24 for the standardized intervention program.
Oof.
So still ongoing.
All right. When did he enroll?
First class was in the next. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, July 24th was the first class.
No, that was, it's, but I had, tried to get another one. From another. Yeah, another submission. Okay, sorry.
Is that the only thing left for his case? All right. Mr. Jones, are you and I of a mutual understanding that you are not represented by counsel?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are currently in diversion?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have certain requirements in order to get your case dismissed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The next time you appear to court, you start with all these 3 points. You're not represented. You're in diversion. And you're in the middle of completing it. All right?
And
That's how you begin in announcing your case.
I'll have a lawyer.
That's up to you.
Yes, I will.
But the only thing required right now is for you to finish the domestic violence classes.
Yes, ma'am.
And your case will be dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
And the longer you take about it, the longer it takes to dismiss your case.
I've been to all of them in a row. Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right.
I'll-
It's entirely up to you if you want to spend money to hire another attorney, that's entirely up to you.
But it's not necessary.
If all's required to complete these classes, that's all it is. I'd rather you spend your money and complete the classes than rather on an attorney. But that's entirely up to you. I mean, I can't tell people how to spend their money.
I know.
I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
tell my husband, but I can't tell you, okay?
Is it possible to attend this via Zoom?
You can, but remember what you need to begin with. You're not represented, you're in
Yes,
diversion,
yes,
and you're in the middle of completing your classes.
yes.
And therefore, the judge will then, or the court will know, okay. And then the next question will be, what's taking you so long?
No problem.
Okay. Are you already enrolled in a domestic violence
Oh,
program?
yes, I'm a third of the way through it.
Okay, and are you planning to continue with the same program?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to reset your case to September 20th, which is just a couple of weeks, just to get a status to make sure that you're completing these
No
classes.
problem.
Then after that, it will go to division, which is another judge who has no clue what's going on in your case.
Okay,
All right? So the sooner you're done with the classes, the sooner is going to go to Miss Mathis, the lady who was here earlier.
Hmm.
And if she's satisfied that you've completed everything, she will let the prosecutor know to dismiss your case.
very good. I look forward to that.
So you and I will never have to see each other again,
Okay,
as sad as that may seem.
September
20th,
20th.
By Zoom.
9:00.
9 o'clock by Zoom.
Yes, ma'am.
You begin with those three things and just let me know how you're progressing.
I certainly will.
That's all I ask.
Thank you.
All right, so you're free to go. Thank you. Yeah, position 11, 9/20th, 9 a.m. Not represented in diversion, ongoing FBIP.
Yes, ma'am. He's doing the.
Percy Scott. All right, let's do this, sir. Hmm?
Did you complete the paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, he's still finishing out the plea? Okay. What's your name? Repeat? Walker.
Ms. McLeod's.
Was that your client, Mr. Haddad?
Ms. McLeod, I believe? No?
Oh, you're finally here. Your attorney was here. She waited as long as she could. All right, have a seat in the second row. You have his plea paperwork? All right, this is 15 CR 001-748, State versus Scott, accused, cited for failure to maintain lane. Mr. Scott, you've been advised of your rights. You've chosen to self-represent. And have you consumed any medicine or alcohol recently? And have you understood the list of statements with regards to a waiver of your rights and the consequences of entering a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have any questions about the statements that you've signed off on?
No, ma'am.
And are you entering a nolo contendere to a basic rules violation?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that if you enter a no contest to a basic rules, you will not be able to use a no contest for the next 5 years.
Understood.
And how do you plead to one count of basic rules violation?
No contend.
The fine is $250 and it is suspended, and that closes out your case. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. Since I don't know if the disposition indicator suspended, I didn't.
Just check, I'll check.
Okay. Oh, there it is. It is.
Little. I'll do that.
It is a little. All right, Miss Helen, do you have anything else to report?
No,
You
Judge,
good?
we're still waiting on Mr. Thornton.
And Mr. Haddad, you good?
I'm caught up, Judge.
Okay.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Patrice, I have an appointment at 1 o'clock. So if you wanna stop.
Well, he doesn't have to pay
I should
anything.
be
It's
done before
suspended.
then.
so
Yeah,
it's
we
done.
can do it. Yeah, anytime before 1, yeah. So you
No, he
can
doesn't have to
either
pay.
do it before 1
Suspend
or
it.
after 1:30.
I got you.
That's why I want to make sure it says suspended on the
And
disposition.
on those, the ones that we sent, if you can just
Okay.
let me know, on the calendar for the 20th,
Okay.
since, Rachel is gonna have to cover.
Okay,
Get a copy of that.
I'll bring my master calendar and we can.
It's
make
right
those
here, Your
things.
Honor, on the top.
Kadarius Walpole, please come to the podium. Walpole, you are cited for simple battery, 1, 2, 3, 4 counts of simple battery and terroristic threats stemming from a May 12, 2021 incident. Your attorney is Miss Maureen McLeod, and you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say about the facts of the case, your statements can and will be used against you. Your attorney was here by 9 a.m. She was adamant that you always keep in touch and you didn't show up.
Not because last time I came and she had to go to I think a funeral, and they reset the court date. You told me about the court date today, and I told you that I had to go to Douglasville for a traffic court. And you told me to go to Douglasville, then come over here after.
May I see the information about your Douglasville court?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, sorry. That's one of them. I think I got the other one.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
I got a piece of paper that came. Oh, here you go.
Did you fill out the forms you're supposed to fill out?
Okay. You didn't tell your attorney you were supposed to be in traffic court. I do have no recollection of that because I don't remember every case point by point.
Okay.
So I issued a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to cancel the warrant.
Okay.
But this is just a lesson that if you're represented by counsel, the first person who should know everything about your cases is your attorney.
Actually, I did tell her that.
She didn't know that.
I left.
She's been trying to text you and call you with no response. When you leave this courtroom,
Yes, ma'am.
you need to let her know that you showed up,
Okay.
that I canceled the warrant,
Yes, ma'am.
and that you have to be back in court on September 20th at 9 a.m. in person.
Okay.
Do you have that on your calendar?
I'm about to mark it now. Calendar. You say September the 20th?
It's a Friday. 9 a.m., not 10:30, 9 a.m.
Okay.
And I'm speaking with Mr. Richardson. What was that?
Oh, this is Walt Hall, 9/20th, next ORCA calendar, 9 a.m. in person. No Zoom. Even if you get a Zoom link, you're not allowed to appear via Zoom.
Okay. Court. Say 9 a.m. Okay. I say.
I want to make sure that you understand, you need to actually speak to your attorney. No texting, no email. Actually speak with her.
Okay, I'll call as soon as I leave.
And let her know September 20th, 9 a.m. And what about your warrant?
They canceled it. You canceled it.
Right. And we'll see you bright and early.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I have an announcement for Mr. Richards, position 18 on status calendar.
Okay.
He would like a jury trial, Your Honor.
Mr. Richards, if you take the podium, please.
Final plea. What's your name?
Position 18 on the status calendar.
Oh,
All right, this is State versus Juriel Lee Richards, case 20 CR 2493C. Mr. Richards, you've been advised of your rights and you are representing yourself, having waived your right to counsel, and you're required to understand how the law applies to the facts of your case. You were accused of driving under the influence of alcohol less safe, speeding, and reckless driving from February 9th, 2019, allegedly in Fulton County, Georgia. You've demanded a jury trial, so I'm going to arraign your case. Would you like me to read the accusations, or would you like to waive a reading of the accusation?
Waive the reading.
Upon your entry of a not guilty plea to these charges, the case will be scheduled and further notice for trial before the division judge. You will receive a notice to come back to court with an attorney, or you can choose to represent yourself. At the time of the trial, the prosecutor has the burden to prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. And if the prosecution prevails and overcomes your legal presumption of innocence, then you could be convicted of one or more of these offenses. Each offense, if convicted, carries a maximum penalty of up to $1,000 fine and or up to a year in jail. Now, these sentences could be served separately or they could be served together. Given this information, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Your case has been arraigned. Within the next 10 days, all motions and demands for discovery and so forth have to be filed. If you plan to retain an attorney, please make sure you have one as soon as possible, because they have the next 10 days to file all the necessary documents. You will receive a summons to come back to court for trial. If you choose to hire an attorney, Please make sure you give ample time for your attorney to be prepared. In other words, don't hire an attorney on the eve of trial. Any questions?
Just one question. Could I verify that? I guess how do I verify you guys have the right information? Because I keep getting arrested in different counties. They keep telling me when I get arrested and get released, I get detained again 2 days later because Fulton County doesn't release the warrants.
That would be incorrect. We have a clerk's office where we accept motions to set aside a bench warrant once you find out. You had a failure to appear on January 5th, 2022 before Judge Dixon. And it looks like notice was sent
To the wrong address.
to 5758 Highway 85, Suite B-158 in Riverdale, Georgia, 30214.
That's what I was told by phone. However, when I got arrested, I was living at the address that I live at now, 10 years before I got arrested. And I changed my address and everything like I should have. So I never received a court summons.
When did you change the address?
I changed the address when I moved back in August of 2010.
Did you come down to the clerk's office and update the court?
I got arrested way after that. My license, my paperwork, my arrest, my, what's this thing called? My citations all have my current address. I mean,
Have you ever come down to court to update your address?
I didn't feel I had to because everything.
It is required by law.
But
I'm just looking at the accusation. This was not an arrest done in State Court of Fulton County. It looks like your tickets were issued by a city court
in Roswell, Fulton County.
and where you made a demand for a jury trial and the case was bound over. Do you recall?
Yeah, my lawyer requested for the case to be.
Okay. When the case is bound over to state court, they go off the information that's based on the citation.
That they didn't. That's what I'm telling you. I got arrested back in 2009, I believe, and that case was dismissed. That was my Highway 85 address that you just split.
I'm just telling you the first FTA that we saw.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm moving on. So the arrest warrant was voided on March 8th, 2023.
It was?
Yeah,
Define voided.
it just says voided.
Because I got arrested June 2023, I mean July 2023. And
Yes, on March 8, 2023, your first bench warrant was voided. That was issued on January 5th, 2022. Then it got transferred to this court, and you failed to appear in court on May 5th, 2023. You were arrested and you made bond on July 24th, 2024.
And I got detained again on the 25th on the way to court to get my money because they said Fulton County didn't lift the warrant. They had to call. I didn't get fully arrested, but I was detained for 25 minutes. Luckily, I had all my paperwork and everything from jail.
You were booked into Fulton County Jail on May 28th, 2007 for speeding and DUI.
Alleged DUI.
I'm just telling you what you were arrested for.
Sorry.
And then you were booked in Fulton County Jail on July 23rd, 2024 for failure to appear.
Which I never got there, but okay.
You are required by law to update the court with your current mailing address. If the documentation that was sent from Roswell had an incorrect address, then you are required by law to provide that.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't. I have all of it right here. It wasn't. They had my most.
Address we have on file now is 303 Horseshoe Bend, Riverdale, Georgia.
Yeah, that's what because the day I got arrested, they finally updated it that day.
Okay. So what would you like to ask me now?
No further question.
Okay. So we'll see you for trial. If you change your address from now till then, make sure you update the court in writing. We have only a home number. We don't have an email and we don't have a any other information, and there's no indication in this entire file that you were represented by counsel.
I think she died or something, but I'll figure that out.
Okay. All right, we'll see you for trial. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, hang on. In that long conversation, you never answered my original question. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Okay, thank you. So this is arraigned and further notice for trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Are you talking to Mr. Brown now?
He's gonna be a plea. He's
Uh-huh.
looking at the plea.
Okay.
Your Honor, who are we gonna do with position one?
Which calendar?
I'm sorry, position one, ORCA final plea, Bracy, Rachonda.
Yeah. Reset to September 20th, 9 AM via Zoom. That was Christy Gladden. She was the one who appeared.
Oh,
Looking really green and sorry, Ms. Glanville. Position number one, I'm just doing a final calendar call. Reset to September 20th at 9 AM via Zoom. Attorney had food poisoning. Do you remember, Ms. Kadir? Christy Gladden? Oh, you missed it.
Yeah, she said that.
She showed up. She looked really green. So, yeah, she was in bad shape. Okay. Position two, foreman is reset to September 20th in person. This is Shaka Foreman. She has restitution for $565 left. She has to show up with a minimum partial payment of $150.
As well as completing a theft class.
And theft class. Oh,
Also, it's not being expensive.
no. That, and we're gonna get a status of her thing. And then depending on the status, we'll then further notice to division. This will be a continuing compliance. Okay.
I gave her the link, so she should be paying online. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Position three is reset to division for trial. Position four, Mata was a plea. Position five, Nelson is reset to September 20th. This was the one for the anti-theft class. Ms. Helen?
Position five, Judge?
Yeah.
Yes, he still has the theft class to take, but he has shown proof of the 20 hours of community service being completed, as well as payment of the $250 entry fee.
Okay. So this is a final reset to September 20th, 9 AM in person. Unless he gives it to you before, then and Ms. Githea confirms that. Okay?
Understood, Judge.
Rivera is reset to September 20th for proof of enrollment in an FBIT class. Position seven, Seward is arraigned and further notice for trial. 8, Walt Hall is we reset to September 20th at 9 AM for in-person. Did we? Oh, yeah. He was the one who needs to get in touch. I canceled his bench warrant. Delmikia Woodruff is null pros. Add-on final plea calendar, position one, Scott took a plea for basic rules. And 2, Rashawn Thornton still on the way.
Said he's 10 minutes away.
Okay.
He's 10 minutes away. I think it was Wednesday's calendar.
All right. Status calendar. And that's always our favorite calendars. Kojo Arhin is arraigned and further notice for trial with division. Position 2, Bastian is arraigned and further notice for trial. Position 3, Mr. Brown is taking a plea. Is that correct? Damon Brown Jr.?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Position 4 is arraigned and further notice for trial to division. 5, Kenya Davis is reset to September 20th at 9 a.m. to take a final plea via Zoom is fine. Position 6, Alexis Gibson is a waiver of arraignment and further notice to trial with division. Position 7, Gil is null prost. 8, Jimmy Givens is further notice to division for trial pending admission to DUI court in Gwinnett County. Position 9 is null prost. Position 10, Jesse Jackson is further notice for trial with division.
Oh, that was motions, you mean.
Ms. Gibson, you said no.
Oh, that was, yeah, I don't know what the motions calendar is, so I just,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Do
I-
do I put in the computer jury trial or motions?
your discussion with Ms. Davis, how would you like it?
Motions.
Okay, so further notice for motions hearing. Zooming on, position 11, Grady Jones. That is reset to September 20th for continuing compliance with FBIP. Position 12, Jermaine Kelly is a final extension. This is the one where Mr. Kelly appeared. I canceled his bond.
His bench warrant?
I canceled his bench warrant, excuse me. And he is to pay his 200, was it the 250? No, that was the other case.
Oh, that's fine.
It was 250, Your Honor.
For even Jermaine Kelly?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, by Monday, by 4
By
o'clock.
Monday, yeah. So September 9th, 24 to pay diversion fee.
You said diversion compliance extended.
Yeah, this is a final extension for diversion because he kept putting off his classes. So this will be further notice to division for continuing compliance. So whoever gets it in division, they have to make sure that he sticks to by the next whatever timeframe diversion provides him.
Okay.
Yeah. Position 13 is null pros. Position 14 is null pros. Position 15, Miss Moore did appear and reset to September 20th at 9 a.m. in person only for a diversion update for that civics responsibility class. Awareness responsibility
Responsibility.
and awareness. Okay. All right. Let me
Confirm
see.
20 hours of completed community service. She said that she would send that to Mr. Haddad.
Haddad. Okay. Position 16, Mr. Perry is reset to September 9th before 4 p.m. to pay his diversion fees. I think that was the only thing left for him. And then once diversion gets with you, Ms. Githia, you can null pros the case.
Okay.
17, Quentin Pinnix failed to appear. And that's going to be a bench warrant for a $500 surety fine. Position 18, Juriel Richards is arraigned and further notice for trial to division. 19, Sampson is null prost. 20, Solano Pacheca is reset to division for completion of his, continuing compliance to show completion of FBIT. Chauncey Turner is a waiver of arraignment and further notice to trial to division. 22, Melissa Washington is arraigned and further noticed for trial to division with attorney Pat Dixon. 23, 24, 25, and 26 are reset to the SAP calendar on September 19th at 9 a.m. Mr. Waters is currently at the Fulton County Jail. 27, Deshaun Williams is failed to appear. He's got a bench warrant for $1,500. Subject to set aside if he gets in touch with Mr. Haddad. 28, Deron Williams, and 29 are both reset for trial with division. He's currently incarcerated in Rockdale County Jail. Okay.
Thank you.
We got one plea to take and one plea to take in Thornton.
Correct.
Thank you, Judge Law. I think Thornton is upstairs. You could do it without looking at the file.
Your Honor, I'm logging off, but I sent you an email.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thornton is from yesterday.
Oh.
Well, no, from 9.
It's Wednesday.
Add on proof of payment of diversion fee. It just needs to come pay the fee. He said he would come in by today and pay it.
Judge, this is Mr. Thornton. He's appeared in person.
Okay. Do you need to speak with?
No, Judge, we just need to, I guess from the state, how we can pay or how that can be paid at this time.
Okay. Mr. Rashawn Thornton, your case was reset to today to pay your diversion fee. Are we ready? All right. Does he have the link to pay his diversion fee?
It's down, you can't pay it. I tried to call in this morning.
We can ask the solicitor's office.
All
Mr.
right.
DA, is there a way he can pay it in court?
No,
Here we go.
clerk's office, Miss Mathis?
I don't know where it is.
Okay, hang on. Position 2 add-on calendar.
I didn't
Oh.
either, but it's from Wednesdays.
20, let me give you the case number whenever you're ready.
Okay.
20 CR 004394C. Mr. Glanville, can I send a defendant up to pay his diversion enrollment fee to the clerk's office?
I'm not certain on that, yeah. I'd have to check it out.
You can go up to go across to the finance.
Before I send him anywhere, I just want to be sure that's where I'm sending him. So if you could ask Miss Katrina Lewis or Mr. Michael Jordan. Because I don't want him to be running around the whole complex.
You said to send or to pay his diversion fees?
Yeah, he needs to pay his diversion enrollment fee. I think the lady in charge is Miss Mathis.
1 second, yeah, I have to go get him.
Thank you.
So Evan is gonna call Mr. Jordan on
Mhm.
got the paperwork for Mr. Brown, Your Honor.
Yes, well,
Yes,
it was communicated to me by Mr. Jordan that they would have to pay it at the solicitor's office.
Miss Mathis, who does she work with? Is that, yeah, diversion is part of the solicitor's office. He said the link is down. Can you, somebody check, because since I've never used the link.
You trying to call Ms. Mathis? If not, call
Hi.
June.
Hi, Ms. Mathis. This is Ms. Rogers calling from Judge Law's court. We have a defendant here that wants to pay, but he's saying the link is down. The judge doesn't want to send him.
There you go.
They're
All
in the
right.
courtroom and the judge is holding them here until we find out for sure. To TG what? Is it the 400 or this? J 150 will not take it. They're telling him to go. When we called Michael Jordan, he said for him to come to your office. But Ms. Gutierrez said they don't take the payment, so we're. Like TG 400s and all over there, where they pay. Okay.
Essence, when's the next ORCA jury trial calendar with Judge Morrow?
No more jury trial. As far as criminal, they're gonna be doing all CIT
Are you upstairs?
and TBV. Can I get it out? Jury trials for those tickets.
I'm about to ask.
No
the
more
judge
criminal.
right now.
Oh, is there a trial for
She
CIT
said
cases?
they go
Yes, ma'am.
to-
And what's that next
probably
court
have to
date
walk them
with
to
Judge
the
Morrow?
TG, where they go over there and stuff. I have Ms. Matthews.
The
on
next
line.
one
She said that she thinks
is
the link is
CIT
down
jury
because
trial,
participants came. She
September
said she
10th.
believe he can go down to TG 100. She not sure. She said, but they don't take the payments, but. he
I
can
don't
take that
believe that they're
DV
gonna
number
put
and
any
go
cases
down
on the citation jury trial for the
walk them down,
24th,
make
since
sure
our last day is gonna be on.
Okay, let's do that. Thank you.
walk them down.
And you said the 30th.
That's our last day here. So the only CIT
Okay, thank you.
jury trial is gonna be on the 10th of September. No, nothing is gonna be put on this calendar.
And I'm doing
Okay.
that jury trial calendar?
Okay. Here?
Oh, the citation? I've got ORCA jury trial in G33 at 9 o'clock. What is that?
That's this one right here, the CIT jury trial right here for 90 cases.
Uh-huh.
And then it says.
Oh,
ORCA
who's the
jury-
judge in that one?
Look at your calendar.
Here it is.
Let's see.
That's September 10th, right?
Oh, you got that whole calendar. Everything that's on here.
I've got all those calendars? Y'all just not like me anymore?
That's 102 cases.
Yes, there's 90 and then this add-on compliance.
104.
And then there's 12 final pleas that was added in there.
And one, that's 104.
Yeah.
Judge Morrow's defense, he had 120 yesterday.
Your Honor, I just came back.
Yes,
I'll
Ms.
give you-
James.
I'll give you a call, but the situation is there were 200 CIT trials continued from, well, that had been demanded between last August of 2023 up till now. A lot of those CIT trials, when we had those calendars last fall, they were continued, they were reset. So yes, it is looking daunting to have a 90 position trial calendar for CIT.
No, it's, my concern was in the numbers. One of the cases I have to recuse.
Correct. And that's that's the email I sent you. We'll simply put that on the October calendar. We do not know who's going to be having those calendars, but we wanted to make sure that those 243 CIT trials were at least put on calendars, 90 for this month and the other remaining in October. And then it'll be up to Nataki and Mr. Talley to get those cases handled in the divisions or assign judicial officers or however they're going to do it since
Okay.
ORCA is ending.
So you know which case I'm talking about then?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. And that
Okay.
case is going to be reset to October, so you so you would not have to deal with that.
Okay, so can I tell this person they do not need to respond to the subpoena or?
I'm gonna, yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am, because we're
all
not,
right.
that's not going to go forth.
Okay,
the
thank
10th.
you. Appreciate it. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, yeah.
I do have one announcement for Mr. Thornton. I think we are coordinating him the ability to be able to pay today.
Yeah.
I just want it noted.
We're gonna have him escorted to the clerk's office to pay it.
Okay, I just want to make notice that he did try, but their link is down for that program, or else he would have did it
Yeah,
that way.
that would be beyond my control, but we're gonna make sure that he doesn't take a scenic route throughout the complex to pay that, all right?
Thank you so much, Judge, and those are all my cases. Can I be excused?
Run away before I keep you here. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
All right, Mr. Brown, are you ready, sir? Okay. This is position number 3 on the status calendar, State versus Demond Brown Jr., accused of theft by taking from October 31st, 2019, allegedly in Fulton County, Georgia. Mr. Brown's case number is 19 CR 009794F. Mr. Brown, you have a right to remain silent about the facts of the case. Anything you choose to say can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney, but you have chosen to waive your right to counsel and represent yourself. Please be aware that in representing yourself, you are responsible for understanding how the law applies to the facts of your case. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah.
All right, so you would be expected to understand that by entering this plea, how it may apply, how it may impact any other possible open cases you have, whether it may apply to your residency, if that's applicable, whether it may apply to your ability to get a job, get a professional license, and so forth. That's entirely up to you. All right? But you're responsible for knowing those consequences.
Okay.
I cannot advise you on that.
All right.
You're also responsible to understand that by entering this plea, that this will be the final decision of the court and it's not subject to an appeal.
Okay. So I am supposed to be doing like a class and probation, right?
Well, I don't know until I hear what the prosecutor is offering.
All right.
So it says over here, it's you are to serve 5 days, which you've already done. And then you have to take an anti-prevention class. And then you'll be placed on probation to complete the class. Once you complete the class, probation will terminate.
Copy.
Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. So as I was saying, you've waived your right to counsel. You've read through the document on waiver of right to counsel. Did you understand it?
Yes.
And do you agree with the terms?
Yes.
Okay. May I place you under oath for purposes of the plea?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
Thank you. Ms. Githia, what's the recommendation? Is that what I said? Okay. So, Mr. Demond Brown Jr., as we've already gone over, is 12 months to serve 5 days, which you've already done. You have to do an anti-theft class while you're on probation, and probation terminates upon completion of the class.
Okay.
I will waive your probation fees from now through the end of October 2024. So you have this month and next month to complete the class. You pay the fee for the class, you get the certificate, and you bring it to your probation officer before October 31st, before Halloween.
Okay.
And once you provide that certificate, probation ends.
Okay.
And you won't be responsible for any probation fees.
Okay.
But if you take longer than Halloween, if you go past Halloween, you need to start paying probation fees from November 1st onwards.
Okay.
And have you consumed, and do you agree that Damon Brown Jr. is the correct defendant in this case?
Yes.
Do you agree that the Fulton County is the proper venue for this offense?
Yes.
And do you agree that the factual basis for this charge of theft of was it theft of lost or mislaid property? Theft by taking is are true and correct?
Yes.
Have you consumed any medicine or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
And have you understood what's going on in your case so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely, willingly, and knowingly?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have read through your waiver of rights. Do you understand your waiver of rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about your waiver of rights?
No, ma'am.
How do you plead to one count of theft by taking?
Guilty.
Your sentence is as indicated, 12 months to serve 5 days, credit for time served 5 days, balance probated, probation fees waived for through October 31st, 2024. And if you complete your anti-theft class and present it to your probation officer, your probation will terminate.
Okay.
All right, you report to probation next Tuesday, which is September 10th, before 3 p.m. Probation is located next door at 132 Mitchell Street in downtown Atlanta.
132 Mitchell Street.
You need to fill out a probation form before you leave. Have you done so? Okay, as soon as you fill that out, we'll give you a copy of that form. It's got the address at the top. Write down September 10th before 3 p.m.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Gauthier, that concludes the calendar. Anything else?
Come send a no cost for Mr. Thornton. I've been paying. He's doing the motion. Right, he only had to pay his.
That's all he's got to do.
Okay, so I'll put it holding for payment, holding for a completion.
They didn't notice his about all payments and everything.
All right, Mr. Thornton, as soon as this young lady is available, she'll take you down to pay it, and then it will go to diversion. Diversion must then confirm receipt of payment and let the prosecutor know. Once the prosecutor knows, they will then dismiss your case. This is the only thing holding up your case. All right. And I have 2 other individuals in the courtroom. You're with him, and you are with Mr. Brown. Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Glanville, believe it or not, we're concluded, believe it or not. I'll see you for trial on Tuesday, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Have a good weekend.
All right, take care.